The phone rang in the middle of the night, jolting Detective Ryan out of his sleep. He groaned and reached for the receiver, hoping it was not another false alarm. "Ryan here," he said, rubbing his eyes. "Ryan, it's me, Jones. We've got a situation. You need to get to the old warehouse on 5th Street right now." Ryan felt a surge of adrenaline as he recognized his partner's voice. He knew Jones would not call him unless it was serious. "What's going on?" he asked, getting out of bed and grabbing his clothes. "We've got a hostage situation. Some guy has taken a woman and a kid inside the warehouse, and he's threatening to kill them if we don't meet his demands." Ryan felt a chill run down his spine. He had dealt with hostage situations before, but they were always tricky and dangerous. "What are his demands?" he asked, putting on his shoes. "He wants $1 million in cash and a helicopter to take him out of here. He says he has a bomb strapped to his chest and he'll blow himself up if we don't comply." Ryan cursed under his breath. This was not going to end well. "Who is he? Do we have any idea why he's doing this?" "We don't know much about him. He's wearing a mask and he hasn't given us his name. He says he's doing this for revenge, but he won't say who he's after or what they did to him." Ryan felt a pang of frustration. He hated dealing with unknowns. "All right, I'm on my way. How much time do we have?" "Not much. He says he'll start killing the hostages if we don't give him what he wants by sunrise." Ryan checked his watch. It was 3:15 a.m. The sun would rise in about 2 hours. He hung up the phone and grabbed his gun and badge. He ran out of his apartment and got into his car. He drove as fast as he could to the warehouse, hoping he could save the hostages and stop the madman. He arrived at the scene and saw a swarm of police cars and ambulances surrounding the warehouse. He parked his car and got out, looking for Jones. He spotted him near the entrance, talking to a SWAT team leader. He ran over to him and greeted him with a nod. "Hey, Ryan. Glad you could make it." "Hey, Jones. What's the latest?" Jones pointed to the warehouse. "The guy is still inside with the hostages. He hasn't made any more contact since I called you. We've tried to negotiate with him, but he won't budge." Ryan looked at the warehouse. It was a large, dilapidated building that looked like it had been abandoned for years. There were no windows or doors visible from the outside, only a metal gate that was locked with a chain and padlock. "How did he get in there?" Ryan asked. "We don't know. He must have had a key or something. We've checked the perimeter and there's no other way in or out." Ryan frowned. That made things more difficult. "What about the hostages? Do we know anything about them?" Jones shook his head. "Not much. The woman is named Lisa Carter and she works as a waitress at a nearby diner. The kid is her son, Tommy Carter, who's 6 years old. We don't know why they were here or how they got involved with this guy." Ryan felt a surge of sympathy for the hostages. They were innocent victims caught in a nightmare. "Do we have any snipers in position?" he asked. Jones nodded. "Yeah, we've got 2 on the roof across the street and 1 on the fire escape behind us. They have a clear view of the gate and they're ready to take him out if he shows himself." Ryan nodded back. "Good. Let's hope it doesn't come to that." He looked at his watch again. It was 3:45 a.m. The sun would rise in an hour and 15 minutes. He took a deep breath and said, "All right, let's go talk to this guy." He followed Jones to a van that was parked near the entrance of the warehouse. Inside the van, there was a radio setup that was connected to a loudspeaker outside. Jones picked up the microphone and said, "This is Detective Jones of the NYPD. I'm here with Detective Ryan. We want to talk to you." There was no response from inside the warehouse. Jones tried again. "Listen, we're here to help you. We don't want anyone to get hurt. Just tell us what you want and we'll try to work something out." Still no response. Ryan took the microphone from Jones and said, "Hey, can you hear me? This is Detective Ryan. I'm here to listen to you. I want to understand why you're doing this. What's your name?" There was a pause, then a distorted voice came through the loudspeaker. "My name is not important. What's important is what I'm going to do." Ryan felt a chill run down his spine as he heard the voice. It was cold and emotionless, like a machine. "What are you going to do?" he asked. "I'm going to make them pay. All of them. The ones who ruined my life. The ones who took everything from me." Ryan sensed a deep anger and pain in the voice. "Who are they? Who are you after?" The voice laughed, a harsh and bitter sound. "You don't know? You should know. You're one of them." Ryan felt a shock run through him. "What do you mean?" "I don't know you. I've never met you before." The voice said. "Oh, but you have. You just don't remember me." "But I remember you. I remember everything." Ryan felt a surge of confusion and fear. "What are you talking about? Who are you?" The voice said. "I'm the one you left for dead. I'm the one you forgot. I'm the one who survived." Ryan felt his blood run cold as he realized who he was talking to. He dropped the microphone and said to Jones, "Oh my God. It's him." Jones looked at him with a puzzled expression. "Who? Who is it?" Ryan said. "It's the killer. The one we thought we caught 2 years ago. The one who escaped from prison last week." Jones gasped. "What? How is that possible?" Ryan said. "I don't know. But it's him. I recognize his voice. It's the same voice that haunted me in my nightmares." He picked up the microphone again and said, "Listen to me. You're making a mistake. We didn't leave you for dead. We didn't forget you. We tried to catch you. We tried to stop you." The voice said, "Liar. You're lying. You left me to die in that fire. You thought I was dead. But I wasn't. I survived. And I swore revenge on all of you." Ryan remembered the night 2 years ago when he and Jones had tracked down the serial killer who had been terrorizing the city for months. He had killed at least 10 people, all in gruesome ways, leaving behind clues that taunted the police. He had called himself the Phoenix, claiming that he would rise from the ashes of his victims. He had been clever and elusive, always one step ahead of them. But they had finally found him, hiding in an abandoned warehouse, just like this one. They had stormed in, guns drawn, ready to arrest him. But he had been ready for them too. He had set up a trap, a bomb that would ignite the whole place in flames. He had laughed as he pressed the detonator, saying, "Goodbye, detectives. See you in hell." They had barely escaped with their lives, jumping out of a window as the warehouse exploded behind them. They had assumed he was dead, burned alive in his own inferno. But they had been wrong. He had somehow survived, and now he was back for revenge. Ryan said, "Listen, you don't have to do this. You don't have to hurt anyone else. Just let the hostages go and we'll talk." The voice said, "No. There's no talking. There's only action. There's only justice. There's only death." Ryan heard a scream from inside the warehouse. It was Lisa Carter, the hostage. She cried out, "Please, don't hurt us. Please." The voice said, "Shut up. Shut up or I'll kill you." Ryan heard another scream, this time from Tommy Carter, the kid. He whimpered, "Mama. Mama." The voice said, "Quiet. Quiet or I'll blow us all up." Ryan felt a surge of anger and desperation. He said, "Stop it. Stop it right now. You're not going to get away with this. We're not going to let you." The voice said, "Oh, really? And how are you going to stop me? You can't get in here. You can't touch me. You can't do anything." Ryan said, "Yes, we can. We have snipers in position. They have a clear shot at you. If you don't surrender, they'll take you out." The voice laughed again. "Snipers? Snipers are nothing to me. I have a bomb on my chest. If they shoot me, I'll blow us all up. Do you hear me? I'll blow us all up." Ryan felt a surge of fear and helplessness. He said, "Please, don't do this. Think about the hostages. Think about the kid. He's innocent. He doesn't deserve this." The voice said, "Innocent? Innocent? There's no such thing as innocent. Everyone is guilty. Everyone is responsible. Everyone must pay." Ryan said, "Who are you talking about? Who are you blaming for your pain?" The voice said, "You know who. You know who. The ones who made me this way. The ones who turned me into a monster. The ones who created the Phoenix." Ryan felt a surge of curiosity and confusion. He said, "What do you mean? Who made you this way? Who created the Phoenix?" The voice said, "You did. You and your partner. You and Jones. You're the ones who created me. You're the ones who made me rise from the ashes." Ryan felt a shock run through him. He said, "What? How? How did we create you?" The voice said, "Don't you remember? Don't you remember what you did to me? Don't you remember how you tortured me?" Ryan felt a surge of disbelief and horror. He said, "Tortured you? What are you talking about? We never tortured you. We never even met you before we found you in the warehouse." The voice said, "Liar. Liar. You're lying again. You did meet me before. You did torture me before. You did it when I was a kid. You did it when I was in your custody." Ryan felt a surge of confusion and doubt. He said, "What? When? When did we have you in our custody?" The voice said, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, when I was just a boy. When I was just a witness. When I saw something I shouldn't have seen." Ryan felt a surge of recognition and guilt. He said, Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that you? Is that you, Danny? The voice said. Yes. Yes, it's me. It's me, Danny. Danny Smith. The boy who saw the murder. The boy who saw your corruption. The boy who saw you kill. Ryan remembered the night 10 years ago when he and Jones had been young and reckless cops. They had been chasing a suspect, a drug dealer who had killed one of their colleagues. They had cornered him in an alley, guns drawn, ready to arrest him. But he had resisted, reaching for his own gun. They had shot him multiple times, killing him on the spot. They had thought it was self-defense, justified by the law. But they had been wrong. There had been a witness, a boy who had been hiding in a dumpster. He had seen everything, he had heard everything. He had seen them plant a gun on the suspect's body, he had heard them lie on the radio. He had seen them commit murder, he had heard them cover it up. He had run away, scared and shocked. They had chased him, caught him, brought him to their car. They had tried to silence him, to intimidate him, to bribe him. But he had refused, he had resisted, he had cried out for justice. They had lost their patience, they had lost their control, they had lost their humanity. They had tortured him, they had beaten him, they had burned him. They had tried to break him, to make him forget, to make him lie. But he had not broken, he had not forgotten, he had not lied. He had escaped, he had survived, he had remembered. He had grown up, he had changed, he had become. He had become the Phoenix. Ryan felt a surge of shame and regret. He said, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Danny, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what we did to you. We were wrong. We were so wrong." The voice said, "Sorry? Sorry? You're sorry now? After all these years? After all these deaths? After all this pain?" Ryan said, "Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Please, please forgive me." The voice said, "Forgive you? Forgive you? How can I forgive you? How can I forgive what you've done to me? How can I forgive what you've made me do?" Ryan said, "Please. Please try. Please try to forgive me. Please try to forgive yourself. Please try to let go of your anger. Please try to find peace." The voice said, "Peace? Peace? There's no peace for me. There's no peace for you. There's only fire. There's only ashes. There's only death." Ryan heard a click from inside the warehouse. He realized it was the sound of the bomb being armed. He felt a surge of panic and desperation. He said, "No. No. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to them. Don't do this to us." The voice said, "Goodbye, Ryan. Goodbye, Jones. Goodbye, world. See you in hell." Ryan heard a loud explosion from inside the warehouse. He felt a blast of heat and debris hit him. He felt his body fly through the air. He felt his life fade away. He saw a flash of light. He saw a burst of flames. He saw a rise of smoke. He saw the Phoenix.